Hey everyone, I'm back for another vlog. Dahlia here, by the way. Today is actually Wednesday, September 20th. I was supposed to do a recording yesterday. To be honest with you, what happened yesterday? Oh yeah, I cut out of work short, right? I left early, and went and have coffee with a friend. Hi, friend, if you're watching. But since by the time I came home, I was exhausted, and I said I can't record today. So instead of recording yesterday, I'm gonna record today, um, and talk to you about my sister's online journey. So my sister, I mentioned before, she runs a bath and body company, and she started, I'm going to say it was about 10 years ago, and she has been through quite a journey, and I want to discuss it with you and kind of some um, high points and low points with you, and maybe you could learn something from her journey. If you're a bath and body, that would be cool, but if not, you can still probably learn something. Okay. um, so my sister started, literally, I still remember, she made her first like log of soap. I guess you make a log and then you chop it up, I guess. I don't know how it exactly works, but she made it in a Pringles can, literally her first one. I remember being over her house. Um, and she showed me what she as she unwrapped it, and she showed me the soap that she made. I don't remember what kind. All she did was show me, like, look, I made soap, and I was like, that's really cool. By the time you know it, her and her husband and her family get stationed overseas for work, and they go to Malaysia. And over there, I be honest with you, I was not there. I don't know the exact journey and how she's, continued to create her product. But over time, she started to learn how to make soap, learn how to do, candles and all that type of stuff. And she, I even look at myself today in the mirror. Yikes. That's okay. Anyway, um, so over time, she started to create these products. Now in Malaysia, she set up shops. Okay, they're almost like pop-up shops. All right, they're not like she didn't rent out a space like in a retail location. It was almost like it's equivalent to a kiosk in a mall, but not quite. It's actually in like a hard location, but they're smaller. If you ever guys been to New York and been to like Broadway and those stores that are really small and they sell like touristy items, it's similar to those size shops type of thing. They're very easy to set up and things like that. So the square footage is not bad. It was much larger than those type of shops. But anyway, so she started setting up shops there, and she did very well. She did actually very, very well. And then over many years, they had to leave Malaysia and they got stationed in Dubai. So when she was there, she also set up a couple of shops there. Actually, I think two or three, I forget, to be honest. And they have such a huge it's a huge tourist attraction, this Dubai location. So she not only did she get the locals to buy from her, but she also got a lot of tourist traffic. Her repeat business was huge. So my sister's experience was mostly in-person sales, like brick and mortar, okay, which is cool. She knew of my success. She knew what I was doing, which was awesome. She heads over to the US eventually. It was literally like, I'm gonna say 8 years she was out of the country. I forget. I moved here a year later, she leaves. And then, no, not 8 years. That's, I'm gonna say 7 years. Who knows? Okay, 7, 8 years, something like that. So when she gets here, she's obviously settled in, and she has her own online.com. Okay. The only business it was generating was business from overseas, Dubai, Malaysia. Okay, when she was over there. So she had locals purchasing from her online shop too. Cool. She did not have an Etsy shop, Amazon, nothing of the sort. Okay, no email list, nothing. Because her forte was selling in person, and they sold a lot, guys. A lot. She easily had a six-figure business with these locations. Majority of the stuff that she sold was soap, handmade, everything handmade, candles handmade. Um, and then she had some bath accessories there as well. Okay. So when she got here, after she settled in, she was like, Dahlia, apparently you're the mastermind. Help me with online. I said, sure, I'll help you. That's what I do, right? And on top of it, my sister, she needs my help. Absolutely, I got her back. So we first started on Etsy. Now, I don't remember if she was back in the States yet, if Amazon Handmade was up. I don't remember. But wait, hold on. I hear my daughter calling me. Okay, she stopped. I don't remember, but nonetheless, we started on Etsy, and I taught her some of the basics. I taught her, how to list an item. I talked to her about SEO. I talked to her about photos. I talked to her about descriptions. I got her the basics. Then when she got the basics eventually done with her busy lifestyle, I had to look through her listings and make sure that she was doing things properly. So, I look at a photo and say, okay, I mean, is this photo the best it could be? And I don't recall the process exactly with her. At this current moment, I know she's redone her photos a couple times. At this current moment, she's very happy with her photos, and so am I. But I was picking at her listings, almost like a coaching session, and saying what she could do better and why. SEO is a whole nother thing. I mean, I pretty much gave her access to my SEO webinar, obviously for free, okay, which taught her from start to finish how to apply SEO, search engine optimization, to her Etsy listings, okay? It's the keyword phrases you use in your titles and tags to get you found in search. So anyway, I gave her access to the SEO webinar. If you guys are interested, I'll leave the link down below. But she had to go through the course. And that was frustrating because while she could go through the course, she was still calling me and asking me questions that, by the way, guys, you're more welcome to ask me questions. But it could simply be answered if she actually watched that part of the course. But she thought, hope she's not watching, oh, let me just call Delia. I could just ask her the question, I'm like, okay. So after I beat her with my words, I made her watch the webinar. I said, listen, I'm very busy. You have to watch this. Now, if you have questions afterwards, I'm more than happy to help you. Push comes to shove, after a while, she gets it. And then I spend a weekend at her house, and we go over it again to make sure that the listings that she applied SEO to, right, keyword phrases, were done properly. Well, they were okay. I showed her pockets of opportunity. Okay, now my current SEO webinar goes over those pockets of opportunity. There's troubleshooting sections, there's bonus sections, and everything. So, I mean, if you follow the webinar the way I teach you and not use anybody else's methods, okay, I mentioned that in a previous vlog, then you will be successful at it. Okay, as long as your product is in demand. So we went over the things that she missed, and she's like, "Ah, now I get it. Now I get it." And things were like, the biggest thing I find that people struggle with is brainstorming. I have a brainstorming activity in there to think of the type of words people would search for your product. She failed to see the other ideas people could be searching for. I simply said to her, look at this, think like your customer, Anyway, so after we went through that process, we applied it. And then I am really excited about, I mentioned it before in a vlog, about a bonus video that I have that helps people realize what is in demand, what type of products are in demand within your market. I showed her how to use that. So then as she was doing some work, she could see what the products people were looking for, that she could create that weren't as saturated on Etsy. Okay, so that was cool. It gave her some product ideas. So I remember that, and then we completed that. So then she had to go ahead, fix those listings, and show them to me. So literally, I had her do some. I walked away, checked on my kids, because my kids were with me that weekend in her house, and I came back and checked. And I said, yes, you get it. The application of also keywords to your titles and tags, it took a minute. It took a hot minute, but she ended up getting it. Okay. Now, at the time, this was a long time ago, I taught her this Etsy stuff. At the time, I don't recall exact numbers, so forgive me, but I recall before and afters of her, before we worked together trying to fix her listings, how many views she was getting, and then after, how many views she was getting. Okay, so, and she substantially increased. I remember talking about probably the exact numbers in a Facebook Live in my group. Again, if you're interested in my group and you're just found this Facebook and found this YouTube video, I'll leave the link down below. Okay, so anyway, so we knew things were working. We should keep going at it. We also looked within listings. Okay, we looked and seen if people found listings or people purchasing. So it's about conversion rates. Okay, so if you have 100 people viewing it, is there at least one buyer? So that's a 1% conversion rate. If there's 2 buyers, that's a 2% conversion rate. So on and so forth. And at the time, the way Etsy calculated it, you should have been at between a 1 to 3%. Okay. She was below a 1 when she first started applying my techniques. And then when I adjusted and helped her adjust to make sure she was doing things properly, she completely grew. Okay. Forgive me as I don't know her exact conversion rate now, but I know she's doing well on Etsy. Okay. And by the way, guys, you know what's funny? She's doing well, but she has so much more work to do, more products to add, other listings she has not fixed yet. You could also use, she and you guys can also use the Etsy SEO webinar to troubleshoot listings, okay? So I made her go, I told her regularly you should go to your stats, check the listings that are not being found as much, and troubleshoot. They're not being found. Have you done SEO properly? Has the keyword phrases changed over time? Meaning the ones you're trying to be targeting, are they even relevant anymore? So on and so forth. So I taught her how to troubleshoot as well. Nonetheless, there goes the journey of me teaching her how to sell on Etsy, okay? Including, it talks about variations, which is, those 2 drop-down menus Etsy gives you, and how to utilize them best for the customer's needs. Exactly what the customer needs, you're going to give them in the customization. So we walked through that process. We also walked through additional photos, what potential additional photos people could use. In fact, I think till now, she actually hasn't taken my advice yet, mostly because she has no time. Okay, she's now selling on Amazon. She has wholesale accounts. We'll get to that in a second. So, oh, my daughter's calling me. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So I want to go pause this video, right? And I want to re-listen to see what part I left up to, so I know what I was talking about. And I heard my daughter yell, "Mom, I'm hungry!" I don't know if you guys heard that. Okay. So, over time, she's working on Etsy. She's doing fine. It does take time to snowball. A lot of people do see immediate results, or quick results within several weeks or so, depending on how quick you work on your listings. Also depends, guys, on how many listings you have. I pressured her to get her listings up and stop, just chilling around, like just doing, what I'm saying, like move and put those listings up. It's more opportunity for people to see your products. Okay, and by the way, guys, until now, she doesn't have her full lineup. Okay, she's too busy right now with just pretty much soaps alone. She has not done her candle line yet. So anyway, what is next? Now, oh, I thought I heard somebody. Amazon. Amazon eventually came up, Amazon Handmade, but they did not have the bath and body category. So I literally told my sister, still get on there, go on Amazon regular Amazon. I could help you. I know how to still help you. I said, you could pretty much use my Amazon webinar. There's just some slight differences on how you list a product, but the work behind it is exactly the same. And so she did. It took a while because there's still some rules and regulations about bath and body products. Literally, the second she got approved, literally, I think it was like a day later, handmade category for bath and body opened up. Anyway, and no, hold on 1 second. Yeah, it was a day. I remembered calling her and saying, okay, you worked so hard to get approved, and here we are. Either way, she is continuing to sell on Amazon regular as opposed to Amazon Handmade. Guys, it's pretty much the same thing. You don't get like, Amazon doesn't favor you if you go on Handmade versus Amazon regular. They're both on Amazon, okay? I personally think it's easier to list on Amazon Handmade, but it really just depends on your product category. My sister prefers Amazon regular. Either way, you might listen to this video and go, well, I can't sell on Amazon Handmade because I don't sell handmade products, or they didn't approve me, or what have you. If they didn't approve you guys, sell on regular, okay? Regardless if I help you or not, sell on there. Okay, so here we are. She's selling on Amazon, and recently her sales have been amazing. So she started as usual. Like I said, she starts, it's slow, it snowballs. She's calling me every day. How do I do this? And I'm like, it's tough being a mastermind with siblings. Anyway, so after helping her, same process, guys, same process. I helped her with this. I looked at her listings when I came over another weekend. We took a look at, I remembered particularly her advertising spend. Why was she spending more than she was making on advertising? So on and so forth, So after a long time, of course, she started to snowball. Recently, I started to tell her, well, not recently, a while ago, I started to tell her, go after the viral type of products. Go after the products that people it's high in demand on Amazon. So I taught her how to find those out. Okay, what's high in demand. And she started creating products within her soap and bath bomb, like, world. Guys, the sales that she is making. I remember we were on a, recent trip, San Antonio, and she showed me how much sales she had on Amazon for that one day for this one item. And I'm like, that's awesome, you know? She certainly has people working for her. Um, she currently has a nanny slash maid, if you will, and she's pretty much a jack of all trades. So a lot of times she helps with production, okay? So when orders come in, she obviously helps. My sister could obviously handle it by herself, but she must travel several times a year to visit her Dubai shop. She kept those open because they're making money. She has a full-time employee that owns half that business because of how much she takes care of the business. She flies several times a year to create new product, to, check on everything, etc. and so forth. Anyway, so then she has Amazon. So now let's talk about the wholesale accounts. Okay, there's some wholesale accounts that she got approached for. Okay, so I don't have too much information on that. There are people that are just reselling her product under her name. There's also people that she wholesales for that are private label, meaning you buy from her and you put your own name brand on it. Okay, she's done that recently with a huge Sephora order. That was a private label, huge order. If you follow me in the Facebook group on Facebook Lives, you'll know what I'm talking about. And of course, you guys really know that she approached, well, she's the one, I'm not sure if I told you this, she's the one that approached a major retailer, and after a very, very long time of trying to reach them, she did, and then they had her come in. Um, they absolutely loved her. I told you this before in the previous vlog. They absolutely loved her. They are going to carry her. I cannot tell you who they are until they actually put her in the stores. It's my sister's request. But, for me, what I learned about that process, it was easier to approach these retailers than she made it out to be. Okay? You also have to find the connection, find who they are, find their email, whatever. You have to have a fantastic product, find who they are, contact, fantastic product, and then that email happens or that phone call happens. People are nervous for no reason, but I reminded her during that visit. I said to her, you know what? He's human like you. Okay, he has issues as well, like you, and so don't be intimidated. You're not here interviewing for a position at this retailer. You are also a business owner, right? You're equals. You're just trying to see if you can make this partnership work. So don't. And I was trying to help her obviously not be nervous, but it's the truth. Little did we know, they already said on her product. But it's important that you come in knowing why you're right for that retailer and how it can help them make money. Okay, that's the biggest thing. I mean, I don't want to carry your product unless I'm going to make money from it. And why is it that I'm going to make money from your product? What's special about you? What are your current customers saying? What are your repeat customers saying? So on and so forth. Anyway, so the approach in my opinion, the approach was very easy. In fact, I remember her reaching out to that retailer. She happened to be in my house the time she was emailing them. Why was she here? Oh, it must have been during holiday season because I remembered her being here with my brother. And she was in the garage emailing. I believe so. I remembered this. So I think it was holiday season. And no, was it? Why was my brother here? It doesn't matter. The point is, she asked me for my opinion on what she should write, and I'm paraphrasing now, guys. So when I'm in the groove, I could probably think of it. So let's call this retailer Walmart for a second. It's not Walmart, but let's just call it Walmart. And if you found out the buyer's name is Sally. So hey Sally, my name is Dalia Abdullah. I am from Modern Pink Paper, where we create XYZ products. I'd love to have a phone call with you to discuss how I believe my products would be a great fit for Walmart. You might want to talk about like a sentence or two about your history and what makes you special, okay? And of course, depending on what the situation is. If they're a local company, you could say a phone call, or I could come and meet with you in person and show you samples. You could even say I could ship you samples and have a phone call with you. You could even say we could chat via email and I could send you samples. Whatever you feel is the most convenient for them. You can even tell them, oh, hold on. Sorry. My notifications for my Amazon sales keep lighting up my phone, so I'm like, okay. So you could tell them whatever is most convenient for you, you know, to make it really easy for them. I would absolutely recommend following up, giving a call to the headquarters, depending on who you're trying to contact. If you are doing a local company, like a mom and pop type of thing, you know, absolutely give a phone call. You could probably give an email. Showing up may not be ideal, in my opinion. However, sometimes that may be ideal if they're very, very busy. If you email them and phone call them and they're just very busy, showing up with no strings attached, okay, would be perfect. You could have a bag of your products on the side with you and just say, hey, I'd love to discuss a time where we can meet later, where we could talk. Don't put them on the spot then to talk. They're busy. They're always busy, these shop owners. But maybe telling them, hey, I'd love to discuss when we could come back. I could do it right now. I have product samples, etc. Sometimes I'm so busy, I want people just to reach me then and there, not schedule time later. Or if you email me, sometimes, depending on who it is, I have a lot of people that want to partner up with me for Handmade Mastermind. They're so great, thank you, you know. And it's, you know, it's very hard for me to find time. So if you're one of those people and you're watching this, sorry, sometimes it takes me a while to get back to you, you know. So I just have to prioritize, you know. So anyway, so that's my sister's journey. Currently, like I said, she still travels a few times a year to Dubai. She travels a few times a year to Turkey to get her bath accessory products, which is a huge seller in her Dubai shops. What else does she do? Honestly, she is an overwhelmed mess. She might hear this and start laughing and then be angry at me, but I think we all are, aren't we? You know, we're always running multiple things, and she is very much like me. Okay, and I don't know how well you guys know me, but I'm very ADD. I've learned to work with it. I want to do this project, and this project, and this project. Now I'm vlogging. I mean, who knows how that long that will last, right? So she's very much similar, but she's worse. No offense. Okay, she's worse. I've learned a lot of ways to work with it. I'm ADD, but I'm highly organized. So when I do work on many different projects, there's methods to my madness. I schedule them out. I do this. I mean, I'm very efficient when I actually schedule them out. I mean, she sometimes has moments where she's too worried about figuring out how to list instead of just listing it, or figuring out blah, 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 when she could just order samples, get this done and get this done. Sometimes you just have to move. You have to stop talking about it and just do it. And that's her issue. You know, she could be further along. I mean, first of all, she's doing great. She, as far as revenue is concerned, she makes more than me. Obviously, she has online shops and brick and mortar retail shops overseas. So she has wholesale accounts, so she's doing well. But I feel, and she knows this. She says it herself. She could be doing better if she was more organized, more focused. She begs me to come over so I could help her organize her life, focus her life. One of those things cannot happen in a weekend session, which is what she wanted. Those things takes time. You know, guys, when you drive a car, when you first learn how to drive a car, I remember my first time. I was unable to make a turn onto the highway, a left onto the highway, while I was on the phone with my mother. Okay, I was unable to do that. Now I could do a lot more, but I don't. Either way, it takes time to get used to. Practice makes perfect. When she's trying to figure out a new routine to be more organized, you can't say, teach me everything you know in one weekend and I'll do everything. No, it's the practice of it, the practice of, you know, make sure you finish a task, the practice of making sure that you focus on what you need to focus on and get it completed. Doing this over and over again. Sometimes you'll mess up. Sure. Sometimes I get unfocused. I do something else. But the practice of it over and 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 over again will make her better at it. And that applies to you. Now, you might need techniques to start doing this correctly. So I told you guys, I use Trello, which I'll do a video very soon. I use Trello. I use my Google Assistant. Watch this. Okay, Google, can you remind me tomorrow to check my email?
Okay, do you want to save this?
Yes.
Okay, reminder saved.
So now she'll remind me tomorrow I'm going to check my email. Okay, so I use this regularly if I'm at night. If I'm sitting at night, I'm like, ah, I gotta do this. I tell it to remind me, done. I could also easily go to Trello and put in a card, like a, if you use Trello, you know this. I could also set up my Google Assistant, okay, to Trello. So when I tell my Google Assistant anything, it'll create a new card in Trello under where I want it to. So, excuse me, on my, okay, so if I told it to tell me to check my email tomorrow, it will remind me tomorrow on my phone. It would also put a card in Trello under a card, yeah, under the board for my week, under the list that pretty much says Trello, and my reminders. So every day when I do my to-do list for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's how I break up my week. I also look at that Trello list to make sure what I was supposed to accomplish, I did, and I would archive that card. Okay, and this might sound complicated if you're not familiar with Trello, but I do that. Here's why: just in case I did not get it on my phone. I mean, no, my phone will give it to me, but if I didn't pay attention to it, if my phone's there, if my phone is dead, I still have to go through my Trello and make sure it's pretty much just like a check system. It's like a friend saying, hey, did you do this? Did you check your email? I did. Point is, these are systems I use, and I didn't figure out these systems overnight. Okay, it took time and it took practice. Guys, in order for Trello to really work correctly with you, you have to utilize it all the time. I keep Trello. Let me show you. Okay. Nothing over here that you can see, right? Yeah. I keep Trello right. Sorry, my screen looks funny. I keep Trello right over there. See, that's right on my front screen because I need to access it all the time. Anytime something comes in my mind, if it's a new product idea, I put it under my new product ideas. If I need to do something tomorrow, I go straight to my week, which is a board called my week. I put it on the correct day, which is if today's Wednesday, I'll put it for tomorrow. If I need to get it done tomorrow. Everything goes in here. Guys, I even have, and I know I have to show you my Trello account, I even have, well, I have product ideas where I find inspiration, like on Pinterest or whatever, and I will save screenshots from my phone, and I put it inside this board, okay? I even have screenshots from my phone from you guys. Like if you guys go to my Facebook group and leave a beautiful review about one of my webinars, I screenshot it and listen to this, I put it directly into my Trello account. If I just leave it on my phone and screenshot it, I have not taken action. I've just half-assed it if you don't realize it. Screenshotting it is now just hanging out on my phone. Then filing it away is different. It's like having all these papers everywhere. That's not cool. You printed out the paper, sure, but you didn't file away where it could be found, where it's necessary. That's what I'm trying to say. My sister has a problem with creating systems, and what she fails to realize is, and you may fail to realize too, is that it's practice makes perfect. I have to always, when I find a review, I have to always remember, screenshot the review and put it in my Trello account. I don't just screenshot and do nothing afterwards, okay? Same thing with product ideas. If I find a product idea, again, I look at it, I screenshot it, and I put it in my Trello account. I might put a couple of, words next to it, but I have to follow through. If I don't, my systems don't work if I don't. Yes, Juju?
I want to cook dinner with you now.
You want to cook dinner with me?
Yeah.
Okay, let me wrap this up. Let me just say bye and that's it. Stay right there. Don't come on the screen. Okay. So anyway, whew. Oh my God, look at your hair. Okay. Okay, get out of here. You look crazy. Juju, stop. You look scary. Okay, guys, let me wrap this up and let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed me talking about my sister's journey regarding her.
Tell them I have swimming class tomorrow.
And she has swimming class tomorrow. Okay, Mama, stop it. Let me finish. Okay, so you can help me cook. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed me displaying my sister's journey to you. If you have any questions about it, it's hard because I'm part of her journey. I've helped her, obviously. There may be questions that I failed to even answer here that I didn't think of before. So if you have any questions, please comment down below. I'll be happy to answer it for you. In fact, if you have a question for her directly, okay, I'll be happy to relay it to her and she can answer it for you, okay? And that's it, guys. Obviously, I have to go downstairs and make dinner with my kid. So I will
And tell
see
them
you
I'm
tomorrow.
making dinner with you.
Yes, she's making dinner with me.
Because I know how to make dinner.
Okay. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Do you think I was so creepy?
I'm trying to cancel this. There it is.